Hi, my name is Casey, and I'm a graduate student at Frostburg State University. I'm here getting my master's degree in conservation biology and applied ecology through the bio department. The focus on my thesis research is to understand species coexistence, and the way I'm doing this is through doing behavioral observations on two species of rodents that are found in Panama. These two species rodents are the spiny rat and the armored rat, and they both coexist. They overlap in habitat and resource use, which you would think would be kind of unusual. So we're trying to see how they're able to coexist. What are the behavioral mechanisms behind this? We're also looking at whether or not seasons have effect in this, because with seasonal changes, there's also a seasonal change in resource availability. So one of the questions we're asking is, will the change in resource availability affect aggressions? For instance, will having lower amounts of resources make them more aggressive, since resources are scarce and more valuable at that time? So this experiment was performed in a way that I went down to Panama, I trapped the rodents, and then I did behavioral trials in which two individuals were paired together based on species, age, weight, reproductive status, and sex. And what I looked at was whether or not there were differences in behaviors between two pairings, or between pairings that consisted of two individuals from the same species versus pairings where individuals were from two different species. Some of the behaviors that I looked at included aggression, approach, retreat, affiliation, self-grooming, and 3 types of sniffing behaviors. I scored and analyzed these behaviors to look for any differences between the two seasons and whether or not one individual having initial access to a resource affected these levels of these interactions and these behaviors. So here I'm going to show you an example of aggression between two individuals. In finding trends in their interactions, we can see how these two species are able to coexist together. And by understanding the mechanisms behind their coexistence, we can broaden our understanding to other species and therefore be able to manage for multiple species when they're able to coexist together. By doing this, we can then better manage to have higher biodiversity in the varying ecosystems that we are trying to conserve.